Hello and welcome back to Math Explained. So, okay, this video's topic is scientific notation. So we see this all the time, especially it kind of depends on what field you're in, but especially if you have something to do with STEM, you're going to see this a lot. Okay, let's say you have a number like this. Who knows what this is for, but it's something, right? Okay, I don't want to have to write that every single time I need to write something because it's confusing. I got like a bunches of zeros, lots of zeros. What is that, like 13 zeros, something like that? I need a shorter way to write this. So the shorter way of writing this is scientific notation. So the way that works is you have some number and you're going to multiply it times 10 to the whatever power, right? That's scientific notation. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, okay, this is my actual number, and that's fine and good, but that's way too many zeros, so I'm not going to be able to keep this straight, and I'm going to end up writing too many zeros, and it's just going to be a mess. So if I start right here, so that's basically your decimal spot, right? I could go, okay, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So what you want is you want a ones digit and a decimal. So in this case, 2.5. So this little dotted line. This is my new decimal. And then however many times I went over, I think it was 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's going to be, we went over 14, that's going to be my exponent. So it's going to be times 10 to the 14th power. Right? Let's look at why that works. So if you have a 10, that's just a 10, right? So if I move the decimal over 1, that's like 1 times 10 to the first power. Well, 10 to the first power is just 10, so that's like 1 times 10, which is 10. If I have a 100, that's 10 times 10. So that's 10 to the second power. So if I move my decimal over, that would be 1 times 10 to the second power. If I have 1,000, so 10, we use tens because 10's the easiest one to use for this. So if you have 1, 2, 3, that's 10 times 10 times 10. I guess I should have included in the symbols video. A lot of times when we're multiplying, we just put a dot up in the middle. It's not a decimal, it's just we're multiplying. 10 times 10 times 10. So this is 1, this is 10 to the third power. So with tens, however many zeros it is, that's the number of powers. So this is 10 to the third power. So this is 1 times 10 to the 3. If you have 5 zeros, this is like 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So this is 10 to the 5th. So it would be 1 times 10 to the 5th. So in our little example back here, instead of a 1, this is a 2.5. And we moved it 14 over, so that would be 2.5 times 10 to the 14th. So if we had, let's say we had 2.489. Oh wait, maybe let me take this decimal out, sorry. 248900000. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll tell you how many decimal places you need. So if I wanted 3 decimal places, I would put my little imaginary decimal here. So it would be 2.489. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this would be times 10 to the 9th, because there are 9 of those. If I wanted just 2 decimal places, so say I just wanted it to right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to round up, right? So I have 489. I want to round it here. So I look at my 8, I look at the one just past that, it's greater than 5, so I'm going to round up. So it's going to be 2.49 instead of 2.489. And again, we move the decimal 9 places, so it'll be times 10 to the 9th. If I wanted just 1 decimal place, I would look and I would say, okay, well, that's going to be, I'm going to look at this one. I only want one decimal place, but so the number to the right of that is an 8. That's definitely bigger than a 5, so I'm going to round up. So this will be 2.5. 2.5 times 10 to the 9th. The 10 to the 9th doesn't change because that's how many times we went over from the original decimal. So the 9 stays the same every single time we do this, or with this particular number. No matter how many places we round it to, the 9 is still going to stay the same. The only thing that's going to change is this part right here. So we would round those numbers. Yeah, and that's scientific notation. So if you have something that's given in scientific notation, let's say like 3.5 times 10 to the 4th, I can expand that out. I could go, okay, so I'm just going to put a bunch of zeros. So this is my 1 to begin with, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be 35,000. Right? Because I moved my decimal 1, 2, 3, 4 places. If I had 2.9 times 10 to the 3rd, I would go 2.9, put some zeros. My original decimal started here, so I'd go 1, 2, 3. And that's where I would put my decimal now, so it would be 2,900. Hooray, scientific notation.